was in the years, the student life, 1972 to 1976. That's the height of radical student politics. As Father Manu described, the external situation was very ripe, and students were active in the campus and also in the church and in the university and in the external world. And my journey began with responding to that clarion call of ICUF, what Father Manu kind of introduced, the slogan, he said. I entered the journey 40 years on. I look back, I say I owe it to ICUF and Father Claude, who was directing the student movement. The unique quality I identify with Father Claude is combining compassion, the compassionate communication, with hard-hitting, radical social action, and that is something unique. He was undeterred about whatever he do. You know, the students at the time was entering into dialogue with the political ideologies. The ICUF provided the platform and created the opportunities to have the dialogue, including with Marxism, including with other ideological formations, social movements. I remember I was very much active at the time. The rally issue carried an issue on Marxism. That was unheard of in the church, and there was a huge reaction to it from the Bishop's Commission and others. I had the great opportunity to edit Thenmalai. I think many other people in ICUF here also be part of that contribution. That was a unique student magazine, youth magazine, responding to the needs of that time while training, providing us a training ground for alternate journalism. Now you talk of citizen journalism and all that. That was the kind of, there are many people who came through that process, gone into as a very successful and effective journalists. They become editors. Now I had that opportunity. We published something very radical in that Thenmalai. Why I am saying that? It provided the platform to experiment. The key mantra for me is search for relevance. The one thing I carried forward all these years is trying to be relevant. And the main approach of ICUF at that time was trying to be relevant to the times. That continued, the journey continued. Even today, for me, that is one of the things. Am I relevant? Am I using the technology for the cause of change, social change, for the protection and effective promotion of human rights? You know, for me, those are the lessons I learned when I was going through that journey. The other major contribution I see as Father Claude made is sowing seeds for social action groups. The social action groups or NGOs or, the activist groups that came up, they sprung. Also, it owes its origin to the No India project of ICUF at that time. I was one of those fortunate, sending pairs to villages. You are given some money and you have to find your way. Go to your village, find a place to stay, live there for 2 to 3 weeks and explore. Though I come from a village, that opened a whole new world for me. That sensitized me, and that was kind of set me on the path. Even today, in whatever way, I'm trying to be relevant. So, I think the social action groups of the 70s and 80s came through, many of the leaders of those movements were at the opportunity to pass through ICF or had some interaction at some level. Because the rigor, the intellectual rigor of analysis, the framework, the societal analysis, the conscientization approach of Paulo Freire, the methodological tools we got through that, really helped to shape the thinking and also plan our activism. So, Father Claude touched me in so many ways. You know, I used to be studying in Loyola College, spending most of the time in Icaf House. You know, as a person, he will relate to you at the human level. And he will also accommodate the stage of development you are in and not forcing something on you, provided that the opportunity. So reflecting on what Father Claude would like us to do, or what is his message, for me, he would rethink about the role of students in today's context. The new social movements. Most recently, we have seen in Dhaka the student coming on the streets and rallying. Very spontaneous kind of expression of resisting certain kind of development and also demanding change. We saw that in the Arab Spring, we saw that in many countries, in Turkey and others, where the democracy of the square kind of. So how do we, as young people, the students, relate to this? I know there is the aspirations and the kind of future trajectory you want to go in through your own journey of education. How do we relate to this? Again, the search for relevance. And it comes to the human rights and social justice issues. I would like to say that, we need to look at the rights and the violations of those rights of young people. Young people as not just young people, not as students, also as Dalits or Adivasis, or refugees, or other marginalized communities, the intersectionality of those rights. Now, how do we kind of combine that? So how do we respond to that? Then this whole erosion of human rights, the hard-won rights, how they will be taken away, very systematically, and the demonization in politics, the populism that is kind of creating the situations. So that's the second thing I would like to say, look at those areas. And more importantly, to remember the one lesson we got and also experienced in ICAF and working with Father Claude is you are not leaders of tomorrow, you are leaders of today, here and now. You need to take the leadership. That's the kind of a very strong message I got. So moving away from what Victor mentioned about organizing and mobilizing, I think we need to be mobilizing people very in a transactional way, respond to the calls here and now, but also investing in leadership and the empowerment, the capacity building, the leadership development over a long-term investment. And organizing at the very micro level, that's what we need to be looking at, rethinking. Whereas people, the dominant powers, are getting very good at the use of the big data and organizing at the micro level. So, the another big issue I see is managing polarity. Whether we do this or that, how do we, this politics or that politics? How do we kind of manage the polarity and bring a fusion of that and responding to those needs, particularly when you're young, you're torn between this. So I would like to end saying, our journey in furthering Claude's, celebrating his life, honoring his contribution, is continue that search for relevance. Thank you.